Erectile dysfunction: when the body speaks what the mind is carrying, there is something important most men were never taught. An erection is not just physical stimulation. It is a barometer of overall health, cardiovascular health, hormonal balance, mental stability, relationship security. When erection changes, it often signals that something deeper needs attention. And ignoring it rarely solves it. The brain-body connection, let's be precise. An erection requires nitric oxide release from nerve endings and endothelial cells. This relaxes smooth muscle in the penile arteries. Blood fills the corpora cavernosa. Venous outflow is compressed. Rigidity occurs. But that entire cascade begins in the brain. The limbic system, responsible for emotion and desire, activates sexual interest. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for judgment, can either enhance or inhibit arousal. If anxiety is high, the prefrontal cortex suppresses arousal signals. If depression is present, dopamine pathways underperform. If stress is chronic, cortisol interferes with vascular responsiveness. This is not weakness, this is neurophysiology. Chronic stress: the modern epidemic. Many men today live in chronic stress, financial pressure, career instability, family responsibility, social expectations. Chronic stress keeps cortisol elevated. High cortisol impairs testosterone production, reduces libido, constricts blood vessels, increases fatigue. You cannot operate in survival mode all day and expect performance mode at night. The nervous system does not switch instantly. Relaxation must be possible. Testosterone and hormonal health. Testosterone plays a critical role in libido, erectile strength, mood stability, energy levels. Low testosterone may present as decreased morning erections, reduced sexual thoughts, fatigue, depressed mood, decreased muscle mass. However, and this is important, not all ED is hormonal. Blind testosterone supplementation without testing can be harmful. Professional evaluation is essential. Hormones should be measured, not guessed. Cardiovascular link: ED is an early warning. Erectile dysfunction can precede cardiovascular disease by 3 to 5 years. Why? Because penile arteries are smaller than coronary arteries. Atherosclerosis shows symptoms there earlier. If blood flow is reduced, erection quality declines. In some cases, ED is the first visible sign of hypertension, endothelial dysfunction, metabolic syndrome. Ignoring ED can mean ignoring heart health. Addressing ED may protect long-term survival. The psychological spiral. Now, let's discuss something many men experience but rarely admit: the anticipation anxiety. After one failed attempt, the mind begins monitoring. Is it working? Am I hard enough? What if I lose it? Monitoring replaces pleasure. Evaluation replaces connection. Sex becomes performance instead of intimacy. And performance anxiety activates the very system that blocks erection. It becomes self-fulfilling. The solution is not more pressure. It is psychological retraining. Pornography and unrealistic standards. In the digital era, exposure to unrealistic sexual imagery has changed expectations. Some men compare themselves to edited, scripted performances. This creates body image concerns, performance pressure, distorted sexual expectations. Excessive pornography consumption may, in some individuals, reduce sensitivity to real-life stimulation. This is not universal, but in certain cases, reducing consumption improves responsiveness. Balanced, realistic sexual expectations are protective. Substance use and erectile function. Alcohol is often misunderstood. Small amounts may reduce anxiety, but larger amounts suppress the central nervous system, reduce nerve sensitivity, impair blood flow. Chronic alcohol use damages vascular and hormonal systems. Smoking damages endothelial lining. Illicit substances alter neurotransmitters. Temporary confidence can lead to long-term dysfunction. The masculinity narrative. This is where it becomes emotional. Many cultures tie masculinity directly to sexual performance. So when ED occurs, the internal narrative becomes, I am less of a man. But masculinity is not defined by vascular response. It is defined by responsibility, by emotional maturity, by how a man responds to difficulty. Shame increases ED. Self-compassion reduces anxiety. And anxiety reduction improves function. Evidence-based treatments. Professional overview. Lifestyle modification. Exercise improves endothelial function. Weight reduction improves testosterone balance. Smoking cessation restores vascular health. Psychological therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy reduces performance anxiety. Sex therapy improves communication and expectation alignment. Pharmacological treatment PDE5 inhibitors enhance nitric oxide signaling. These require proper prescription and cardiovascular screening. Hormonal therapy only when deficiency is confirmed. Couples-based interventions because intimacy is relational. Integrated treatment has the highest success rate. A critical reality check: most cases of erectile dysfunction are treatable. But untreated psychological ED can become chronic. Avoidance leads to reduced sexual confidence. Reduced confidence leads to relationship strain. Relationship strain increases anxiety. The cycle deepens. Early intervention prevents entrenchment. Strong professional closing. Let me say this clearly. Erectile dysfunction is not a verdict. It is a signal. A signal that something of physical, emotional, or relational needs attention. Ignoring it feeds shame. Understanding it restores control. Seeking professional help is not weakness, it is responsibility. And responsible men do not avoid health problems. They address them because sexual health is part of total health. And total health determines quality of life.